Devil May Cry was one of those games that I hear quite a lot of people talking about back in the day in school. The only thing that I remember about the game, sadly, was just Dante, because my father really liked playing those games. So I remember him spending a lot of time trying to beat the bosses and stuff like that, but I don't really remember too much of it. The game really never caught my attention. Probably because at that time and age, I was really into platformers, so my brain had no time to get into anything else. So when I keep hearing about it, even nowadays, I decided to try it out. Well, more like I received the whole trilogy as a gift, so why not to take the chance, right? That was my thought at the moment, but I was not prepared for the trip I was going into, because I played this game with keyboard and mouse. Yes, I know, it was my fault for trusting that the game has a decent port for the PC. Spoiler, it does not. And the game refused to read my cheap controller, so I have no other option. But I can say it was an interesting enough experience that I will carry forever. Maybe more like a trauma than anything else. But it's still an experience.
And this video is sponsored by the best paranormal investigation agency,
Devil May Cry.
Are you about to get late to work because there are demons invading the streets?
Do not worry anymore. Leave everything in the hand of our expert devil hunter, Mr. Dante. So first thing that I fell in love with this game was Dante. As a character, he's like a super cool guy. It was really refreshing to see how kooky he is.
Are you the human, the son of Sparta who challenges the darkness for this?
Block off, Featherface. We can stick around and find out the hard way.
Oh, Dante's so cool. He's like super confident. He's super sure about his power, his skills. You know, he's just like, he has that vibe of like, I know what I am doing in this life. And he has such a sense of humor. Probably broken, I don't know. Maybe kind of a boomer sense of humor. But I am a boomer, so maybe that's why we kind of connect in that way. And the nice thing is that when you get to go past all that stuff, you know, that he's showing to you, he actually has like his little heart, you know. He can show more feelings than just all that confidence. I found him a little bit extra too in some parts of the game, you know, like all the sequence and all the stuff that he does. But I feel those are really great moments for the game. Like you have Dante being a super extra main protagonist, and I didn't know I wanted that in my life until I meet him. So now, the weapons, there are a decent amount of them, both for close combat and long range combat, and each of them, at least for the close combat ones, have their own skill tree, like you need to level them up. I really like that system, and I feel like the moment when they give you the opportunity to get the new weapon is the perfect one for it to be like fresh for the gameplay. Now sadly, as I said before, I played the game with the keyboard and mouse, so let's say that making those combos other than the basic ones was a complete challenge for me. Especially when the tutorial for them only showed you the Xbox controller buttons, never keyboard, because, you know, why? Whatever who decided to make the port and leave it like that deserves extra pineapple in their pizza forever. Just in case they don't like pineapple, you know, if they like it, forget about pineapple ever in your existence. Well, at least I was getting the basic combos, right? Okay, I need to be using my gun. I was jumping like a rabbit and attacking, especially using the double jump. I am a fan of double jumping in any game, so that one in particular gave me life for the whole game. Probably the experience was not as enjoyable as mastering the combos and skills, right? But it is what it is. Now that we are in the weapons, my favorite ones were Alastor. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. You can call me Basi for that one, but it's a cool sword. Why would you do that with a sword? Okay, you know what, guys? Alastor gives the possessor lightning speed and aerial capabilities. At least until you find Sparta's sword. Everything changed at that point. That one was way cooler and bigger.
¡Hostia de eso! ¡Hostia!
Oh, it's a side! Hostia, it's a side! Now we are dead. Dead itself. Oh! And then there is Ifrit. We got Fist? Oh shit. Yeah, oh my god, this is going to be my favorite weapon so far. We have fire in our hands. So in here, Fierce, it has the name of a Final Fantasy summon that I love a lot. So that's like 1 point. Second, it is a fire weapon. I love fire weapon. And Tear, I love punching things, you know, with your fist. So I was having a great time with that one in particular. And for the long range weapons, the pistols from the start already make you feel kind of badass. Then you get like a super cool shotgun. I kind of have a weakness for it. But my favorite, without no doubt, was the rocket launcher. Bomba! Chagalaga, chagalaga, we have a party. That weapon was so much fun. Not really sure if the damage was the best of all of them, but who does not enjoy explosions, right? Now, for some stages in the game, I like that we were changing constantly. It was not in like only a one location, you know, like big location. We went from a castle to a forest to a ship and then to hell because why not? But here I have to stop because there was a problem. The underwater parts in some of the levels were a nightmare for me. The controllers for it, the feeling, the first person perspective, especially the first person perspective. Oh my god. I hate those parts with all the passion in my heart. Why? I hate this game mode. I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. I just hate the ones that had the genius idea of why do we put a tank controllers under the water, because hey, that might be really, really cool for the player, you know? We need to ban underwater levels in games. Like what goes why? What have I done to deserve that pain? Oh, and don't make me start with the platforming, because that was a joke most of the time. It was really bad, especially for the sense of deepness. I am not sure if it was only for me, you know, like a meeting, oh so you are so bad, it can be. But sometimes it was kinda hard to get the distance of the jump and how deep you were supposed to fall. And then that made me question, why to add those sections? Maybe more for it to feel like a challenge? Because if it's like that, then I kinda got what they wanted to do there. Oh, we did it! Let's go! Huh, now, now the only problem is to replicate that. Every single boss in this game had something special. With most of them, I felt that you are not really supposed to rush and fight like a monkey, because they are going to kick your ass. Actually, just going with a little bit of brain, jumping and rolling, was the strategy that worked for me. The giant spider is probably the more emblematic one for me. When I think about this game, it instantly comes to my mind, and it was very painful for my skill issue in particular. I don't like that he's in the corner, man. Come here, don't run. Then there is the giant chicken. That guy was especially painful too. Like the fight went from fairly jumping and dodging to a crazy bullet hell. Like at one moment did I change the game that I was playing. Stop throwing me up! I had mixed feelings with that giant chicken, but it was still fun. Now the poodle or the slime boss, I don't know who to call that, was very fun because it had those seals on the walls that are supposed to be like the mechanic of the boss, right? That you need to activate them to be able to hurt the boss. I really like that they went with that strategy for that boss in specific. Those extra steps actually add a more like a feeling of challenging to the battle as a whole. Are we hurting him or not? I need to trust in you guys because I can't trust on myself. So for me, as a complete boss, I really like that one. But now here it is, my favorite of all the bosses. the RGB demon. That guy has such a way to aura farm since the first second you see him on screen. His moveset was annoying in a good way, and his battle in particular was when I learned that if you transform into your devil trigger, you actually regenerate some of your HP. So it was at that moment that everything changed for me. That mechanic was something that I started to exploit, to use in my strategy for all the other combats after that. It was like the moment when I saw the light, so I might be biased for this enemy in particular.
There you go! Fuck you! Oh, no, it was a joke! I will never treat you like that! I will never.
Then we have Trish. If I played this game back in the day, I would have crushed it on her so hard, guys. And I mean, I still did, because nothing can stop me. The thing is that the whole history with her and Dante reminds me of a telenovela, with how dramatic it becomes the more you advance on it.
Didn't.
Should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
What I am fighting for!
Because I had a great time with it. You have no idea how fun I find telenovelas. So for me, that's like a 10 of 10 points on the history. And now, to stop all this yapping that I'm having here, in conclusion, I'm gonna say that I love the game. I enjoyed the experience, even with the parts that were a little bit painful, because pain gave it a little bit of like some spice. I can definitely see why people is still talking about this game even nowadays. The combat, the bosses, Dante as a character, is something else. It totally leaves a mark in my memory, and I really hope more people try this game and the rest of the Devil May Cry series. And for me, I hope in the future I can play the game again using an actual controller and see how different it is. Thank you for making all the way here. Thank you for watching this extensive yapping that I was having. And I might see you on Devil May Cry 2, The Helicopter Revenge, for a future video, who knows.
Trish, where is my sword?
Trish.
Oh! The lovers!
I always love you. You never believe me. We only saw each other.
Devils never cry.
Oh, devils never cry.